80s tuner era was a magical time. The year 2000 was fast approaching, and the imagination of car tuners ran wild with their vision of what the future looked like. One of the most interesting tuners, rather auto couturier, was a man by the name of Rainer Buchmann, who founded the tuning company BB. Now, BB mainly focused on Porsches and worked on many different models. Their signature was the Polaroid stripe applied to the paint and the interior. The concept for the Polaroid colored stripes came about when Rainer would regularly visit the Frankfurt Polaroid office, since it was right next door to Rainer's business partner's Volkswagen dealership. Rainer got to know the director of design at Polaroid, and in 1976, during the time that Kodak was trying to break into the market, Polaroid planned to make a splash and display the BB Turbo Targa Porsche at the 1976 industry trade show called Photokina. As it was not desired to paint the entire car in multiple colorways, it instead had the two wide stripes all over the bodywork that showed the 6 colors in the rainbow. Now, the BB Targa was displayed at Photokina and exploded on the scene. It made it onto different magazines, including Road and Track, which was huge at the time. And so BB chose to use this as their colorway for all their vehicles and as their signature touch, since it blew up so big across the world and everyone loved it. Many people were calling in and demanding these colors on their Porsches and other vehicles at the time, including Volkswagens and even Mercedes. Now, I had to put the top back up because it was getting way too hot in this Florida heat. These vehicles were made for the Middle East, so this is no problem. This car was tested and made to be in hot climates, but today's an exceptionally hot day in South Florida. Fast forward to 1983, and Rainer had worked on different Mercedes models, more notably the CW311, also known as the Isidera. He also worked on different Mercedes models, but was faced with this one challenge. He felt like he wasn't able to drive Porsches and other convertible models at high speeds without noise leaking into the cabin or even the top ballooning, because at this time, soft tops still didn't have the technology found in today's convertibles that could handle this type of wind and this type of pressure at high speeds, especially on the Autobahn. Also, Rainer wanted to develop a coupe that could seat 4 since he had 2 small children by this time in his life. The 500 SEC was the top spec Mercedes you can buy and the most expensive, and this was the platform he chose to build a convertible coupe. In 1983, coach builder and tuner SGS Styling Garage had debuted their SGS Marbella convertible 500 SEC, a convertible SEC with an electric operated soft top, at the Geneva Motor Show. BB wanted to take this concept to the next level, and he did. They started conceptualizing how to create the Magic Top. They bought 2 models at the time. One they completely cut apart for experimental purposes, and the other was the first that they chose to start building the BB Magic Top. Now, this was a crazy concept. To make a hardtop coupe transform into a convertible and do it all seamlessly was an incredible display of vision and engineering. Now, Rainer wasn't the first to envision this concept. Other companies also toyed with the idea, like Ford in the 1950s and 1960s. French carmaker Peugeot came up with a similar concept to their car called the Eclipse in the 1930s, which had a manually operated hardtop that would retract. One of the first challenges that arose when making the BB Magic Top was the backlight that Rainer wanted to disappear into the trunk while the top was retracting. Now, this is Europe, and of course you need a third brake light, and you had to have it to pass all of 2 safety checks. This particular model does not have it because it was a Japanese model that was ordered in 1986, and in Japan you do not need a third brake light. BB settled on the SLC brake light, which was the perfect shape and was able to move into the trunk and tuck away as the top came down. The BB Magic Top was approved by TÜV in Germany, the authority responsible for validating product safety. The examiners even certified that the top could be opened or closed while moving at speeds up to 50 kilometers an hour or 30 miles per hour. The BB Magic Top was unveiled at the 1984 Geneva Motor Show just 12 months after the SGS Marbella was unveiled. BB made incredible futuristic interiors with crazy reconfigured dashboards with lots of buttons and lots of LED lights. Peak 80s era comes to mind. They made 9 or 10 BB Magic Tops. Rainer is not sure and he cannot remember exactly. But most of them went to the Middle East, some went to Europe, and some went to Japan. We found this particular model here in Switzerland, but was ordered to Japan and spent most of his life between Japan and Europe, and now lives in Florida. Now, we spoke to Mr. Rainer himself directly, and he told us this might be the greatest condition BB Magic Top left in existence. Something really interesting that happened this year when we displayed the BB Magic Top at Amelia Island and we released it on our Instagram. It got over 1 million views in a very short amount of time, and many people commented saying that this car right here was AI. There's no way that this vehicle was a real vehicle. So for people in 2025 to think that this is AI and it was created in 1983 is something crazy and a testament to the vision that Rainer Buchmann had when he created this vehicle. Such a futuristic vision that lasted throughout the test of time. Guys, this is not AI, and I'm gonna show you right now. Let's park this up and take the roof off this BB Magic Top. We're here in Fort Lauderdale Beach, one of the most mythical SECs ever built by one of the greatest tuners from the 1980s, the BB Magic Top. This is one of the cars that people can never get their hands on, and now we're gonna take a deep dive. So let's start at the front, as we always do. Now, here we see the BB logo on this otherwise AMG bumper. Now, usually BB would have front bumpers, side skirts, and back bumpers, but the builder of this car right here chose to opt out for an AMG styling kit. We can see this beautiful pearlescent paint. Now, this is a trademark that BB did on all the BB Magic Tops. Now, like we said earlier, this car was secured in Switzerland, but it had UK registration, and we like to keep it authentic to the cars when they arrive and keep the original plates. We have the original SEC grille, an iconic grille in all these cars, beautiful chrome accents, and the color matched hood badge for Mercedes-Benz going with the rest of the theme. Now let's go to the side and see what we got going on. We see these stock W126 wheels. These are the wheels you would see on all 126s in the era. These are not the original wheels that BB had put on the Magic Top. As we see in this picture, these are the original wheels that came with the car, but these are the wheels that the original owner ordered from BB. Stock wheels right here, color matched to the car. The BB center caps, giving it that nice touch. Moving along, we see the big BB sticker on the side of the car, letting the people know this is not a regular SEC when it rolls down the road. Now, the cool thing about the BB Magic Top is it does look stock when the roof is up. If you don't know, to the naked eye, this looks like a regular car. These little accents may tell you otherwise, like this logo right here. And we have these AMG side skirts. We see the color match cladding, keeping it real subtle with the body. Beautiful. We see this Japanese sticker right here. Pretty cool touch. We see it on a lot of the cars that come out of Japan. BB wanted to make this car look seamless and look like a stock hardtop convertible. So when you look at the car, you see these seamless lines that are very hard to notice if you're not a Mercedes enthusiast. And we're gonna see how this coupe transforms itself into a convertible in just a minute. But right now we're gonna keep going around this BB and looking at more touches that were put by the tuner. Now, coming to the back, we see this custom-made wing by BB to house the top as it comes back and it retracts and sits right here. It cradles it perfectly, and beautiful styling for the 80s. It still complements the car with a futuristic look, a very cool wing that we never see on any other SEC, only the BB Magic Top. Now, as we move down here, we see the stock Euro bumpers. All the chrome was deleted on this car. No chrome on the bumpers, no chrome along the doors, no chrome anywhere, just pearl, beautiful. And in the back, they made it all black. So black accents, very nice touch by BB. The Euro bumpers, you never can go wrong with them. They look beautiful every time. The SEC had beautiful styling to start with, and BB just added to the magic. This is where the money is right here, guys. When you're sitting behind a BB at the light, you will see this BB logo right here. So if you're ever near the vicinity of one of these stickers on one of these cars, you better jump out and talk to the driver and find out what special unicorn he's sitting in. Let's take a look inside of this BB Magic Top. The interior has also a lot of magic on the inside. Let's see what we got going on. So first thing we notice when we open the door is these Blaupunkt speakers all throughout the door panel. We have 4 massive Blaupunkt speakers. Blaupunkt was one of the greatest companies to do audio in the 80s in Germany, and it's in all of these special BB Magic Tops. BB went crazy with Blaupunkt speakers in all of his builds. He put it in his Porsches, in the Volkswagens, and of course in the Mercedes. Now let's talk about this interior right here. They will use this navy blue Alcantara, and this is way before anyone was using Alcantara. This is the early 80s. Fully covered dash, Alcantara doors, Alcantara seats. Everything is Alcantara except the carpets. Everything is custom made. The Blaupunkt stereo with a controller in the armrest. Never seen this controller before. You can actually move the controller away to a hidden compartment and actually bring it back. Rainer Buchmann was a real visionary, and you see it when you sit in these cars. We spoke earlier about the signature Polaroid colors that they put throughout the interiors and how it came about. When you see these cars now, this is such a mythical thing that we used to only see in magazines and on the internet in blurry pictures. To get to see it in real life, this Polaroid rainbow going all throughout the interior, something that's very obvious to tuner hunters like ourselves. As soon as we see these colors within an interior, we know it's a special unicorn. And it's so cool to see it finally in the flesh on this beautiful blue Alcantara. We spoke about his need for wanting a 4-seater coupe that has a retractable hardtop, and we see back here massive seats for a coupe. These are big seats. He made sure to have room for his children when he built the BB Magic Top. Who doesn't want a hardtop 2-door convertible cruiser? Now, another super rare item that we see in these cars is the custom BB carpets to go with the rest of the interior. Everything is perfect and done with taste. As soon as you look up, it really looks like you're in the inside of a transformer. All the inner workings of what it took to make a top retract in 1983. They did a lot of engineering. They tried a lot of different things to make this roof work, but finally they figured it out. Now, one thing BB always did is try to keep everything look factory from Mercedes-Benz, and they used the factory sunroof button to retract this super cool hardtop. So let's see what happens when you press this button right here. And just like that, we go from coupe to convertible in the BB Magic Top. What an incredible concept that came to life. Imagine this rolling down the streets in the early 80s and how incredible it must have looked. It still looks stunning right now. Let's take it out on these streets in Florida and see what it looks like to drive with the top down in the BB Magic Top, the coolest conversion ever made to a Mercedes. The SEC was one of the most loved models by all tuners. This was the most tuned Mercedes ever. They made so many different variations of it. They made gull-wing versions. You even seen Chameleon make incredible different body shapes, unrecognizable SECs, really and truly. But this right here was the pinnacle of the modifications made to the SEC with the BB Magic Top. This model was obviously taken care of. It's in perfect condition inside out. It only has 36,000 kilometers on it. It's been loved and very well preserved, an incredible piece of history. Driving this unicorn on the road feels very special, knowing that this is one of the few remaining cars left, and even at the height there was only 9 or 10 ever built, and you feel it when you're in it. It has a certain aura to it, has a certain feel to it that you don't feel when you get in any of these tuner Benzes. Now BB is one of the most elusive and one of the most hard to find tuner cars ever from the Mercedes era. These BB cars are special and, shall I say, magical.